I've clearly moved so far. And today we are going to talk about Git and GitHub. Because they're awesome. They've been great to me, and I know you're like, what is this? What are those weird words? I will tell you. I will share the magic that is GitHub and Git right now. So, version control. What the hell is it? We're using GitHub in this class as a way to facilitate collaboration and working remotely. So it is more than just that. It's more than just a way to like keep this class organized in a way that is easy for me without a TA. But it's more than that. It's actually designed for software developers and version control. I've embedded a video created by GitHub, the company website thing, so they can kind of explain it to you from a software development standpoint. It's got tractors in it. It's super cute. Just to give you some examples, but here's a way to think about it. Each version is a step in the process. So it's a way to document what you've done, when you've done it, and in theory, this is where commenting your code and giving meaningful comments and descriptions of your contributions is helpful. Because without labels, I think we can figure out that this is some kind of Lego house, but it's really helpful to have human readable messages. As you can see here, now we have version 1. It's the first commit, so that's just the foundation. Then we start building in some of the back and the front. That's version 2. Version 3 is we finish building the baseline. We add some more in version 4. Oh. Yep. Etc. And it is a way to keep track of what you've done and save it. And also say you goofed and deleted like part of the foundation. You can recover it. You can revert that change. I've actually done that a couple times in the slides where I've deleted a slide on accident, and that would suck to have to rewrite. But with GitHub, I can just revert that deletion. It'll save you from yourself. It's great. Okay, so why do we need version control? Now, this is a great... Sorry, Archie is bumped up. Archie? Is that really necessary? Welcome to my world. Okay, why do we need version control? So you may have experienced this when you're getting feedback from your advisor, where like you'll have, and I had this experience with my dissertation, where I think by the end there were like 20 different final versions, and each one, you know, there were changes, and so we had to like rename the final document, like final 2, final 3, final 4, final really this time, final sure for realsies, final, just kidding. Like the taglines in there are, you know, an experience. And GitHub allows us to do that without having to create separate files and being able to see where the changes are. It's like track changes, but for everything. It's awesome. And a fun fact, so for those of you with PIs that aren't, you know, doing Markdown, you can still compile your Markdown file as a Word document. So it's not the exact same, but it can at least facilitate. That's what I did with my advisor for my dissertation. It was an effective compromise. The alternative would have been to do it all in Word. So yeah. All right. So pro tips. Like GitHub or Git is a version control system. Well, GitHub is the user interface. It's like R to RStudio. It's the exact same kind of like idea. So it's like track changes from Microsoft Word on steroids. But it also like is the home for your Git-based projects on the internet. So it's like Dropbox, but better because it's free. For at least public projects. As a person with a university affiliated email address, you can get your account upgraded to Pro. That's what I did. I'm not paying $4 a month because I'm cheap. I mean, that's why this whole class is free. But I do know that at Wake Forest, your email becomes deactivated within like a month of you graduating. So we'll talk about how to make sure that you can access all your stuff. So you'll want to have a second email address attached to your GitHub account. I right now have 3 email addresses attached to my GitHub account. I've got my Gmail, which is my like personal email. I've got my Vanderbilt email, which hasn't gone away yet, and my Wake Forest email. I can log in with any of the 3. And if Vanderbilt ever decides to delete my email address, their policy right now is to let you keep it forever. I could still access my GitHub because I have another email to get in there. All right. Sorry. Random Wake Forest like stuff. So now there's a ton of Git commands for using Git as a language. I mean, okay, not like millions, but a lot. And most people don't know them all. There are like probably like 3 people who know all of them, and they probably wrote Git. Pretty much the only 4 things you're going to use Git for is like add, commit, push, and pull. Those are it. Like, and actually on GitHub, it'll show you your proportion of those 4 commands. It's a cool little visual that I may embed right here. Maybe. If I don't, it's because I forgot. Or it was harder than I thought. So we're going to be using Git and doing Git things and interfacing with GitHub through RStudio. But if you Google for help, that you're going to come across other methods to do this using the command line. You are welcome to delve into the command line and do that if you want. I will be a very limited help to you. I am very dependent on the GitHub user interface. I haven't, spent the time to learn how to do it because I really only use the 4 commands. And of those, I really, really only use commit and add. And then I just press the buttons for the rest of it. Sorry, I have no control over the outside world. So yeah, so when you Google like weird Git questions, you're going to come across other things. I mean, you are welcome to try them, but I recommend until you get there to like skip to the next like search, even go to the second page of Google. Sometimes there's great stuff there until you are comfortable trying it out on your own. Seriously, before we get too much further, there is a fantastic resource that I encourage you very strongly to check out for working with Git and R. It's called Happy Git with R. Some of the contents go way beyond the scope of this course, but it's a really good place to look for help. It's written by Jenny Bryan, who I've attributed to multiple chunks of this class already, because her work is great. Fantastic. She and Mina, and I've got to check on how to pronounce mine's name. She's a professor at the University of Edinburgh. Mean is who's fabulous and who's the one who I adapted all the lab assignments from, because otherwise there would be no way I could have the time to film this. So thank you. Sorry, rambles is you know what you're getting. You're getting me. So let's take a tour. So in this tour, I'm going to show you how to connect an R project to a GitHub repository, show you how to work with both a local and remote repository, how to make some changes locally, as well as making changes on GitHub itself. There's a lot more to GitHub that we'll be using. I mean, there's a bit more we'll be using in this class, but today, that's probably enough. So that's wrapping up Git and GitHub. I'll see you later. Bye.